Alright, welcome to the Learning Target number 5 video. We are on right around page 14, I think, somewhere around in there. So just get to me. Okay, calculate the area of a parallelogram and explain its meaning. Now real quick, what a parallelogram is. I mean, a parallelogram just means that two of the sides are parallel to each other. So when you think of a parallelogram, most of the time you all think of it looking like something like this. I mean, that's kind of the idea that you get, but I mean, that's the basic. I mean, a rectangle is also a parallelogram. See, a parallelogram is really a basic name. It just means that opposite sides are parallel. Okay. Now I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. I'm assuming you have, but the little arrows just represent parallel. We use little dashes for congruency, showing if they're congruent or not, and we show arrows if they're parallel. So a parallelogram has opposite sides congruent and parallel. Okay, that's what a parallelogram is. Now, if I drew a rectangle on here, if I drew a rectangle like that, then I would look and I'd say, well, that's got the same stuff. Opposite sides are parallel, right? And opposite sides are congruent. Okay, and that's kind of the point. A rectangle is a parallelogram. A square is a parallelogram. A rhombus is a parallelogram. Okay, they're all special types. I mean, they're also parallelograms, but they are special types of parallelograms. Kind of like all of you are students at Shanahan, but you wouldn't want me to just say, hey, student, come here. Hey, student with hair, come here. Okay, you wouldn't want me to do that. You'd want to be called by your name, and that's kind of what a rectangle is. A rectangle says, sure, I'm a parallelogram, just like, well, that's not a parallelogram, that's not a rectangle. If I drew my rectangle like that, sure, that's a parallelogram, but again, that's like me saying, hey, everybody, look at the student. Okay, this is a rectangle. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Now, you guys did a lot with classifying quadrilaterals, which are just four-sided figures. You did a lot with that last year. So hopefully you know all that really, really well. So that's kind of a little spiel on that. So I don't think it'll be too difficult here. Base times height is how you find the area of the parallelogram. Okay. And you guys know that from rectangles. Okay. The only thing that's going to throw you, and I just want to warn you right now, I'm going to zoom in on this. Mine's kind of fuzzy. Your formula, again, you will always write it. It is this right here. Area equals base times height. As you'll remember, the triangle was half of the parallelogram, so that's why we did half times base times height. The one thing I do want to make note of real quick is here you have three numbers. Okay, you have to determine where's the base and where's the height. Remember, this is not a height. Okay, you do not measure on a slant. I'll remind you. You don't have to flip back in your notes, but I'll flip back in mine that I had you write something. I wrote it in black. There it is right there. And just want to bring that back up here just to make sure we're all clear. The base and the height of any figure always form at a right angle. You got to remember that. Okay? Because when I look at this right here, one more back, this is not a right angle right there. So that can't be the base and the height right there. It can't be. Whereas this, that's coming straight down right where the base is. Bang, there's your right angle. So your base and your height are 4 and 8. You can see that they did that. They plugged in, substituted in 8 for B, and then 4 for H, and they end up getting 32 centimeters squared. Again, make note of it's got to be centimeters squared. Okay, so pretty easy there. Okay, here's my parallelogram. Okay, let's find our base first of all. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 units long. Okay, now I have people trying to count slants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you can't count slants. You've got to come straight down from the very top and slam right into that. Okay, so you could do it two ways. You could do it this way, which is the easiest way. Straight down. There's your right angle. Or you could do it like this too, because that's also the highest point, and you come straight down and do it this way. You can do it either way. It doesn't matter. It's the same height. Okay, it's just a different way to do it. You could also do it here. It's the same height. Okay, I personally like to put my dots going down through the shape. It's easier for me to see, to be honest. Okay, so we count our boxes here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I know it's 7 units. I know that my area formula is base times height. So I know that it's 4 times 7, which is 28. Don't forget your units on there. Units squared. Okay. Over here, I count my base. 1, 2, 3. I count my height. It has to go from the very tippy top straight down, slammed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I guess I'm not counting yet. And there's my right angle. And you count how many are in between there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know that my height is 7 of that parallelogram. Therefore, my area formula, which we write every single time, is base times height. I might also write it like this, just so you guys know. Area equals BH. The area is 7 times 3. Area equals 21 units squared. So again, what does that mean? That means that if we were able to piece these squares together, all these partial pieces over here, and all these whole pieces, if we add them all up, we got 21 of those squares that fill up that area. Okay? Here, counting our base, 1, 2, 3, 4. Height, got to come straight down. Okay? And then that's that. Okay, I don't think I need to go any further with this. Now this one, you can't actually go straight up, straight down like this. Well, I guess you could. You just kind of go down to where it is. I mean, you just got to go from the very top. So realistically, you could start from there, from there, from there, or you could start and go like up. You could do that also. It doesn't really matter. I think it's easiest just to go ahead and go like this. And then you can extend it over here if you wanted to. And then you just look and say, okay, my base is 1, 2, because 1, 2. And my height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I know that my area equals base times height. Area equals 16 units squared. Okay, pretty basic there, right, guys? All right, here. This is where we get into the real ones where you got to actually do some calculating rather than more counting stuff. Okay, do not get fooled by that distractor. That is a distractor. Everybody write that, please. I like that word, especially with OAs coming up here in 6 weeks. That is an absolute distractor. It does nothing to help you find the area. It is a worthless number. Now, would it help you with the perimeter? Sure. But it will not help you with the area. Just like this number right here, the height of this thing, would that help you with the perimeter at all? No. Wouldn't help at all, because the perimeter is just measuring the outside lengths, the side lengths. 12 is not a side length. Okay, so again, I could put that on there. I might give you a problem where I don't even give you that, and I might say find the area, just so you guys are ready for that. I'll say put that on the test and say find the area. Like this, actually. Let me make sure I clarify what I mean. Okay, what I mean is I won't give you that. I'll say find the area, and you would write not possible. Don't have a height. Okay, but we do have a height here, so we can find the area. Very, very, very basic. Okay, it's going to be area equals base times height. Just identifying what the base and what the height is. The base is 21. The height is 12. So 21 times 12. Oop. 12 times 21. 252. Don't forget your labels. Centimeters squared. That means that 252 of these 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter squares would fit in there. 252 of them. Okay. Number 6. Go ahead and try it on your own real quick. Pause and try it. Okay. Hopefully none of you were fooled by this little distractor right here. That slant height has nothing. Well, I couldn't even call it a slant. I should just call it that side length. That side length has nothing to do with this area problem. Remember, look, the base and the height always form at a right angle, which makes sense. Real quick, before I go any further, I want to show you this. If I gave you this triangle right here, and I said find the area, and if I said that was 6 meters by 8 meters, you guys all know to do 6 times 8, or a half times 6 times 8, and you would find the area of it. But look, this is a right triangle. Look what the base and the height form at. A right angle. okay? Your base and your height will always form at a right angle. So it's just that times that right there, okay? So this is 14.5 times 24. It's going to give me 348. Don't forget your label. Guys, and when I'm writing these, if you're not writing the labels, you're wrong. I will count them wrong on the test. Don't even think I won't. You guys know that I make sure of those little things like that. Okay, so get it on there. Okay, and that's all I have for parallelogram. So I'll see you guys.